Good morning, ma'am. I am Christine de la Cruz from PS Cream Second Year
Block 3.
So, for today's video, ay hindi. So, 40 days video, ay hindi. So, for today's video, I will discuss the non-institutional correction. So, let's go. Non-institutional correction. So what is non-institutional correction? Non-institutional correction, it refers to a community-based program where a person is subjected to the following privilege such as probation, parole, and executive clemency. So it refers to a community-based program. So in short, wala ka sa kulungan. In short, nasa community ka. Where a person is subjected to the following privilege, mga privilege. Nandiyan ang provision, parole, and also executive clemency. So yan ang mga uri na tinatawag nating non-institutional correction. Provision. So what is provision? Provision is a disposition under which a dependent, after convictions and sentence, is released subject to conditions imposed by the court and to the supervisions of a probation officer. So, probation, an accused convicted of a crime is allowed to be freed instead of serving the sentence to undergo a process of rehabilitation. So, ang process kung saan ang isang accused sa criminal case na nahatulan ng kaparusahang pagkakakulong ng not more than 6 years ay isinasailalim sa isang process ng rehabilitation. Nang sa gayon, imbis na siya ay makulong at panilbihin niya ang kanyang sentensya laban sa kanya, ay palalayain siya ng hukuman according to strict condition na nakalahad sa kanyang probation order. So, we have two accused eligible for probation order. So, first, he is convicted and sentenced with imprisonment not exceeding 6 years. And second, he is not previously placed on probation. So, ibig sabihin, ang isang accused sa criminal case ay eligible lamang for probation kapag ang kaparusahan laban sa kanya ay pagkakakulong na hindi lalagpas sa 6 years. And provided na first time offender siya at hindi siya dating nakapag-avail ng probation. Parole. So what is parole? So parole, it is the conditional release of a prisoner from correctional institution after serving the minimum period of prison sentence. So parole, suspending the sentence of convict after having served the minimum of his sentence. So, sinususpend o pinapastop muna natin ang sentensya ng isang convicted person pagkatapos niyang maabot o ma-serve ang kanyang minimum sentence sa loob ng facility. Bakit? Dahil yung hindi niya pa nasa-serve na sentence ay dito niya isa-serve sa community. So, let's talk about the process of parole, serve the maximum sentence. So, ang director of prison, within 30 days, bago makompleto ng isang inmate or prison ang kanyang minimum sentence, si director ay magpapasa siya ng karpeta, prison record or jacket record sa ating BPP o sa mas kilala nating Board of Pardons and Parole. Ang ating BPP magbibigay ng referral sa ating Parole and Probation Administration. Ang ating PPA, ito ay magiging investigation office para mag-conduct ng pre-parole investigation within 30 days. Pagkatapos nilang mag-conduct ng pre-parole investigation, magsasubmit sila ngayon ng pre-parole investigation report sa ating BPP. Ang BPP, magkakaroon sila ng quorum meeting. Ito yung kailangang majority ng boards ay mag-vote sila ng grantan o i-recommend nila na grantan ng parole. So, kapag hindi sila mag-vote, ibig sabihin, denied. Isi-serve nito ang kanyang sentence. Kapag grant, magbibigay sila ng discharge on parole or release document. Ito yung dokumentong kinakailangan para ma-release ang isang inmate or prisoner sa parole. So, kapag mayroon ng document, magkakaroon na ito ng temporary liberty within 45 days. Kapag nagkaroon na ng temporary liberty ang ating parolee, mayroon tayong initial report. Kailangan ng parolee mag-report siya sa Parole and Probation Office, not later than 15 working days. Ang ating Parole and Probation Office, i-inform niya ang ating BPP na magkaroon ng initial report. Pwedeng through arrival or technical report. So, balik tayo dito sa Parole and Probation Office. Tuwing kailan nagre-report ang isang parolee. Kapag nasa Manila, kailangan twice a month mag-report siya. Kapag sa outside ng Manila, once a month. Paano kung nagko-comply naman ang parolee? Kapag nagko-comply ang ating parolee and probation administration, magbibigay sila ng summary report. Ang keyword natin sa summary report, ito yung basis ng certificate of release or final discharge. O kaya yung basis natin. Ngayon, mag-i-issue naman ng certificate of release or final discharge. Ano ang magiging keyword natin dito? Ang magiging keyword natin dito ay termination of completion of parole or conditional pardon. Ngayon, itong certificate na ito, ipapadala ito sa court, PPO, client, Bucor, NBI, PNP, and Office of the President. So, magkakaroon na ng absolute freedom. Malaya na yung client natin. So, paano naman kapag hindi nag-comply? So, kapag hindi nag-comply ang ating PPA, magpapasa sila ng violation report. Nag-violate siya. Ngayon, magpapasa naman ulit ng progress report. Saan ipapasa to? Sa BPP. Ang report na ito ay tungkol sa front case na decided of the court. Yun ang magiging keyword natin. Pagkatapos nun, magkakaroon ng infraction report. Ang infraction report naman ay isasubmit sa BPP. Anong laman ng infraction report? Ito yung convicted to another crime. Yun ang magiging keyword natin. Itong BPP, magkakaroon sila ng hearing o quorum meeting at attorney na ang magbi-meeting nun. Magbibigay na sila ng order of arrest or pre-commitment o mas sa tinatawag nating OAR. Siyempre, aarestuhin na yan nila at ibabalik na natin sa correction at isi-serve na nito ang kanyang remaining portion of maximum sentence. So, ganon ang pag-process ng parole. So, let's talk about composition of Board of Pardons and Parole. So, merong isang chairman. Ang kanyang rank ay Undersecretary of DOJ. Tapos, meron siyang 7 members. Ito yung magiging Assistant Secretary. So, sino-sino to? So, ito yon. First, par member, sociologist, training correction, retired judiciary, administrator of PPA o sa tinatawag nating Parole and Probation Administration, at clergyman at educator. At palagi nating tatandaan na sa 7 members ay kailangang merong isang babae. At sino-sino naman ang nag-a-appoint sa kanila? Ang nag-a-appoint sa kanila ay ang ating president. Sila ay may term na 6 years. At sino naman ang nagre-recommend? Siyempre, yung Secretary of DOJ. Executive clemency. So, what is executive clemency? Executive clemency, it refers to reprieve, absolute pardon, conditional pardon, with or without parole conditions, and commutations of sentence. as may be granted by the President of the Philippines. Executive clemency, ito yung mga binibigay ng presidente sa isang tao kung gugustuhin niya. Let's talk about pardon. So, pardon is a convict is allowed to be freed from prison before he could finish his sentence given by the president. So, sa bisa naman ng pardon, ang isang prison na nakabilanggo ay pinapayagan na makalaya bago pa man niya matapos ang kanyang sentensya laban sa kanya. Sa bisa ng pardon o executive clemency na galing sa ating president. So, ang pardon ay galing sa president, unlike probation and parole na kinakailangan applyan at approval ng Parole and Probation Board. So, we have two kinds of pardon. So, first, conditional pardon. This serves the purpose of releasing through executive clemency a prisoner who is already reformed or rehabilitated but who cannot be paroled because the parole law does not apply to him. When this prisoner has already been reformed, he may be released on conditional pardon. So, yung conditional pardon, ito yung binibigay ng ating president, subject na may conditions sa kanyang paglaya. Kasi itong conditional pardon is a partial extension lamang ito ng iyong criminal liability kung ikaw ay mabibigyan ng conditional pardon. Second, absolute pardon is one which is given without any condition attached to it. So, kung absolute pardon ang ibibigay sa iyo ng president, so ito ang total extension ng iyong criminal liability. Pero, meron kang paying civil indemnity sa absolute pardon. So, ano nga ba ang paying civil indemnity? So, ito yung magbabayad ka. Hindi lamang biktima ang babayaran mo, kundi yung mga relatives or yung mga taong involved sa nangyaring krimen. Dapat mo ding bayaran. So, yun ang paying civil indemnity. Commutation sentence. So, what is commutation sentence? Commutation sentence, it is an act of clemency by which an executive act changes a heavier sentence to a less serious one, or a long term to a short term. It may alter death or life sentence to a term of years. Commutation does not forgive the offender, but merely reduces the penalty of life sentence for a term of years. So, commutation sentence, ito naman ang reductions of use sentence. For example, ikaw ngayon ay 70 years old or 80 years old, pwede kang mabigyan ng commutation sentence. Ibig sabihin, pabababaan yung sentence na ibibigay sa iyo, like from reclusion perpetua, naging temporal na lang. So, let's talk about reprieve. So, what is reprieve? The reprieve, it is a temporary stay of the executions of the sentence. Like pardon, the presidents can only exercise reprieve when the sentence has become final. Generally, reprieve is extended to death penalty prisoners. So, ang reprieve, ito yung postponement of sentence na kung saan ibinibigay ito sa mga kaso tulad ng death penalty. Noong araw na meron tayong death penalty. So, pwede yung reprieve kapag nag-appeal yung ating accused sa Supreme Court. So, pwede siyang bigyan ng reprieve ng ating president. So, ibig sabihin yan, mapopostpone yung kanyang sentence. Amnesty. So, what is amnesty? Amnesty, it is a general pardon extended to groups of persons and is generally exercised by executive clemency with the concurrence of Congress. Usually, the recipients of amnesty are political offenders. Although, there are some exceptions. So, ang amnesty, ito yung binibigay ng president sa mga group of person. Ibig sabihin, hindi isang tao ang binibigay niya dito. Bagkos, grupo ito. For example, yung mga political offenders, so sila yung nabibigyan ng amnesty. Subject yan ng concurrence of Congress. So, who will granted of amnesty? So, yung nagagaran ng amnesty, yung mga rebels, mga rebelte. Tapos yung indigents and all other person who have or may have committed crimes against public order. So, dito na nga nagtatapos ang aking video. Don't forget to like and share and click the notification bell for more upcoming, for more updating video. Thanks for watching!